Welcome to Snacks Weekly on Data Science. This podcast is all about making data science and machine learning knowledge accessible and less intimidating. Today, we are going to talk about a recently published tech blog from Expedia with the title Using Synthetic Search Data for Flights Price Forecasting. And the blog link is shared in this episode description if you want to take it for reference. For this tech blog, I'm going to break it down from both a business and a data science perspective. So let's get started. On the business side, let's take a look at what is Expedia and this specific product needs. Expedia is an American travel technology company that owns and operates travel fare aggregators and travel meta search engines. So it does not own any airline or hotel or rental car, but it enables customers to go to their website to search for relevant information and try to present the right travel options. So it do not have the power to set the prices, but more about aggregate those price information. As we know, the flight tickets are dynamically priced, meaning that if you search for the same travel route today, the price might be different from the same route you searched 1 week ago, and it could be different from the search you will have on this route 1 week later. Since Expedia only aggregated the pricing information and has no control of the pricing information, customers may be hesitated to make a purchase when they only see the price today, because they don't know whether this would be the best deal and whether the price may drop in the future. The price forecasting product purpose is to make customers be more confident on making purchase decisions. If they see the forecasted price is going up in upcoming weeks, they may want to make a purchase right now to lock the deal. If the price forecasting is always accurate and customers have much satisfaction on this product, they will have more confidence and trust with Expedia and may stick using it for future flight purchases. This helps to increase customer retention and benefit the company in the long run. So from a business perspective, this price forecasting product makes sense, but how to build the forecasting model is a data science problem. Now let's move on to the data science part. There are multiple ways to build forecasting models as long as sufficient data is provided. This tech blog does not dive too much into the forecast model building perspective, but is more focused on how to make sure proper data is ready to build the model. So let's zoom in on the data side. First, let's take a look at what data would be needed to enable the forecasting model building. Because the forecasting is to help customers understand future pricing changes on a specific flight route for a specific date. Ideally, the input data should cover all possible flight routes in all available dates, and with their historical pricing information available. That would be the perfect data. Taking one example, for the one-way flight from San Francisco to Los Angeles in the upcoming new year in 2024. Ideally, to enable the forecast model, we should have a daily searched price starting from, let's say, July 2023. So the middle of this year, if every day we have the pricing information, then it can help us to build the forecasting model. So this is the ideal data we should have for building the model. Then the team shares that the organic customer search data is not sufficient to make this modeling exercise. It is very sparse and this happens even for the most popular routes. The blog shares that for one most popular route from Los Angeles to New York, in a round trip, departure at June 1st and return at June 3rd, the data point is so sparse that it's almost impossible to build a forecast modeling on that. Well, this insight might be a little bit counterintuitive, as Expedia is a very popular flight search engine, with millions of visitors on a daily basis. Why this is the case? In my opinion, there are mainly two reasons. One is because there are simply too many possible combinations for a potential search. Let's think about this. There are more than 10,000 different airports across the globe. If taking the top one of those most popular ones, it is about 100 of the airports. The possible search combinations between those airports, the pairwise of those airports, is about 5,000. And for each of this route, the searched flight schedule could happen in different days. If we consider the round trips, that would be even much more. Let's say the possible search flight's departure is within the next 6 to 7 months, which is 200 days. If the return route is within 2 months, then that would be 200 multiplied by 60 equals around 12,000 possible combination on days. Multiply 12,000 with the previous airport pair combination 5,000. This gives the number of 60 million. This is a very big number. On the other side, besides the possible combinations is too high a number, on the customer behavior wise, people are not doing systematic searches on a daily basis. For the millions of visitors on Expedia, many of them may search only for the most popular routes, like the the weekly trip during holidays. So, although those organic search data naturally provide the pricing information naturally for one specific route on a specific schedule, because of these two reasons, it is still too sparse to be used. Now we understand the problem about organic search data. It is pretty natural that the team decided to leverage synthetic search data, as you can see. Synthetic search data is data generated by searches performed on an automated process that allows the team to predefine the parameters of a search. The data generated is the same as the organic search data generated when a real traveler searches for a flight on the website. But this is a more systematic way to doing search, so that there will be much more complete data for the interested route and schedule. And it provides a more comprehensive and reliable source of information. Of course, there is also challenges associated with the synthetic search data. Because there are huge amounts of potential flight routes and dates, making the synthetic search request and storing all the information very costly. Imagine that if the team is going to make 60 million requests on the pricing on a daily basis and storing those information in their server, that would be pretty costly. And also, the routes and flights are different intrinsically. Some of the route and flights has much more customers using that information, while some of those maybe only have one visitor seeing or making that search for the whole year. So the team made a reasonable selection on those most popular flight route and date to enable around 30% of the booking searches be covered by the synthetic search data. where customers making these searches can see the price forecasting product, which guides them with a better pricing decision making. To wrap it up, in this episode, we take a look at how Expedia leverages synthetic search data to power their flight price forecasting product. We shared the business perspective for why such data product makes sense, when synthetic search data is needed to enable the model building, and the trade-offs between the benefits and cost involved using synthetic data. If you like the content of this episode, please subscribe to the channel, give me a 5-star review, and leave a comment. Your feedback is very appreciated, and I'll see you next week.